Today, we're unpacking a truly wild data-backed timeline. We are tracking the 7-year ascent of a young man named Liam Carter. We're going to visualize the pure mechanics of his success through some incredibly stark contrasts. It's literally a blueprint of how someone goes from completely invisible to absolutely dominating an industry. We're starting right in the thick of it with this crushing insult. Picture this, a 17-year-old Liam in a dirty uniform, hauling trash behind a luxury corporate high-rise in New York. People are walking by, laughing at him, treating him like he's completely invisible. And then, a senior executive in an expensive suit named Victor Hale stops, watches him, throws coffee on him, and drops this exact line. It's a moment designed to just completely break a person's spirit. Which makes the sheer statistical improbability of what happens next so fascinating. How on earth does a teenager, literally covered in trash and mocked by a powerful executive, end up owning that exact executive's company just 7 years later? I mean, it sounds like a movie script, right? But the timeline we're about to map out is 100% real. Section 1. The Invisible Garbage Boy. The reality of Liam Carter's origins. To really grasp the scale of his climb, we have to look at his baseline. We're talking about a kid growing up in a highly impoverished New York neighborhood. His dad left when he was 10, leaving his mom working 2 jobs just to keep their heads above water. The data shows they regularly faced severe food insecurity, meaning there were days with literally no food in the house. So Liam took on these grueling early morning trash collection shifts before school just to help pay the rent. 0 connections, terrible pay, absolutely no safety net. But as we're going to see, he had this incredible unseen ambition while hauling those bags. Let's flash back to that loading dock. After making fun of his uniform, Victor Hale tries to hit Liam with this absolute brick wall of an insult. Even hard work won't save you from ending up here forever. But here's the amazing part. Instead of snapping or letting that public humiliation crush him, Liam just became a sponge. He remembered his mom telling him to never argue with people who think money makes them superior. So he absorbed it, stayed quiet, and just kept working. Section 2. The Nightly Grind. Building the foundation in silence. While he was silent on the loading dock, what he did at home changed absolutely everything. This is the actual mechanic of his self-made success. Operating on a cracked, ancient laptop with barely functional internet, Liam executed this relentless 4-step loop. While his peers were out or sleeping, he was teaching himself to program. Step 1, free tutorials. Step 2, free books. Step 3, problem solving. Step 4, failing and trying again. He didn't have expensive boot camps or mentors. He just had this loop, and he literally rinsed and repeated it every single night for 4 straight years. Section 3. Building a software empire, from 0 to hundreds of millions. Let's look at how this timeline explodes. At 17, as we know, he's collecting trash, but by 21, leveraging all those sleepless nights, he builds a software tool aimed at slashing fuel costs for delivery trucks. Now, banks and investors completely ignored him at first. They just saw a broke kid with no network. But finally, a local logistics company tested it out. That single test was the spark. It saved them millions in fuel. Word spread like wildfire. Soon businesses were aggressively fighting for his contracts, and investors were lining up. By age 24, just 3 years after that breakthrough, the kid who hauled trash had built a company valued in the hundreds of millions. Section 4. The Corporate Takeover, a tale of 2 trajectories. While Liam is building an empire, the massive tech corporation where Victor Hale worked is heading in the exact opposite direction. This visual contrast is just striking. On one side, Liam's startup is a rocket ship. Massive growth, bidding wars, 9-figure valuation. On the other side, the tech corporation is nosediving, collapsing stock, disastrous executive decisions, and a board of directors that is absolutely panicking. Liam gets an email about their financial trouble, immediately recognizes the company, and spots their vulnerability. Just 6 months later, he buys a controlling stake. The guy emptying their dumpsters is now the owner. Section 5. The Ultimate Performance Review. Data over drama. On his first day as owner, hundreds of terrified employees are packed into the auditorium. Some of them definitely recognize him. But Liam doesn't bring drama to the stage, he brings data. He tells the silent room he didn't buy the place for revenge, but because they had a culture of rewarding arrogance and punishing hard work. He announces a purely performance-based review for everyone, no relying on titles or connections. And when Liam personally reviews Victor Hale's file, the metrics are brutal. Poor leadership, constant HR complaints about abusing authority, and a steadily declining performance trend while habitually taking credit for other people's work.
It wasn't some emotional vendetta. It was a completely objective failure across every single managerial metric. A month later, Victor is sitting nervously in the CEO's office. He's bracing for anger, expecting to be humiliated for what he did 7 years ago. Instead, Liam just opens the file, asks if Victor remembers him, and slides the performance metrics across the desk. "You're terminated." Victor asks if this is because of the past. Liam just leans back and drops the simple truth. "No, this is because you're bad at your job." It was a termination based entirely on hard metrics. His own incompetence finally caught up with him.
Section 6. Proving yourself right. The aftermath and the ultimate lesson. After clearing out that toxic management, Liam actually led the company back to profitability and record-high employee satisfaction. People actually wanted to come to work again. But the biggest takeaway of this whole explainer comes from the aftermath. A reporter asks Liam what it felt like to prove his bullies wrong, and Liam drops this incredible viral response. "I never wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to prove myself right." Think about that paradigm shift. If you're just out to prove people wrong, they still control your energy. But proving yourself right, that power comes entirely from within. It perfectly illustrates that the people who laugh at your starting point or who fail to see your potential do not write your timeline. You do. Your resilience and your own daily actions dictate where you end up. So I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What are you proving yourself right about today? Take that thought with you, keep grinding on your own loop, and we'll catch you on the next explainer.